Hello everyone, I am Dr. Chander Pawar, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Chemistry at VNR VIGNANA JYOTHI. VNR VIGNANA JYOTHI, basically it's a leading engineering college in and around the Hyderabad. So today I will be briefly discussing about VJ differentiator, that is nothing but presencing. So let us try to understand what exactly the meaning of this word presencing and how it will be helpful for an organization or an institute to come up with some emerging technologies or come up with revolutions. So basically, before going into the details of this presencing word, its history and its concept definition. So first, let us try to remember these 5 concepts leading from the emerging future that can be possible through the word presencing or concept presencing. Breakthrough come up with through the breakthrough solutions, connecting to source and fundamental change, future possibilities. All these can be achieved through the concept presencing. So let us, when we talk about the word presencing, it is combination of presence and sensing. We all know that what is sensing. Present and future sensing. That's a combination of presencing. It's not presenting, it's presencing, CING. So this word coined by Dr. Otto Scharmer, he is a professor in the MIT, and he coined this word presencing very first in his Theory U framework book. So basically, as per his definition, the presencing refers the ability to connect with one's deepest self and emerging future possibilities. That means the deeper meaning of this definition is whatever the past, whatever the hurdles a organization or a institute had during the past, and present whatever the current situation, based on the past and present situation, how a organization or how a institute should grow up or should come up with a technology or should come up something innovative. That is something presencing. That means combination of all the 3 tenses, past, present and future, which is defined by the word presencing. To come up with something innovative or to develop something. Whenever we talk about an organization or an institute, it could be academic or a company or factory. So what are the resolutions? What are the initiatives they are taking for the development of emerging? So that is kind by the presencing. Now the presencing can be defined in 4 ways: being present, sensing, experiencing, extrapolating. Yes, as I said, all the 3 tenses, past tense, present tense, future tense. So based on these, past में हमारा institute कैसा था, how was our institute, and how it is functioning currently, and how it could be, and what will be the future after 5 years or 1 decade. What if it is in terms of company, what will be the turnover? In terms of academic institution, what could be the growth? And in terms of any organization, what will be its position after few years? That is something presencing. And now our former president Dr. D.N. Rao sir, basically his motto is life is a process of presencing, and presencing is in turn process of design thinking. That's a beautiful quote which is given by our former president D.N. Rao sir. So he always emphasizes through this his version of presencing. So design thinking, come up something innovative, and he and his fellow mates, they designed Vijay philosophy, Vignana Jyoti philosophy. Teacher's presence in the classroom is very important for emerging future and to connect real world. So this is the philosophy which is designed by D.N. Rao sir and his colleagues. So basically what they are emphasizing here, see, whatever the technology growing today, artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotics, cyber security, but the teacher's presence in the class is very, very important for a effective and emerging knowledge. That is what the VJ philosophy tells here. And now presencing here, one day, our founder, he was showing this cartoon, doctor sitting in the clinic and the patient come visit his clinic. So doctor is suggesting that patients, this is a self-help hospital. You diagnose and treat yourself. We offer high-speed Wi-Fi. So here the intention of doctor to quote this is, as a organization or as a CEO of a company, as a head of the institute, we can provide whatever the infrastructure, whatever the facilities required, whatever the technology is required. But as a institute or as an organization, we can provide all the necessities. But come up something emerging technology. That is your version. That is the deeper meaning of this, doctor. Self-help hospital, diagnose yourself. We can provide high-speed Wi-Fi. Yes, that's true. And this concept basically tells us that how presencing concept is applicable here. Past, present and future. Now, we can see here, Nandan Nilekani, basically he is the main key role player in the Aadhaar. Basically UIDAI we call it, Unique Identification Authority of India. So basically he quotes, slowly ideas lead to ideology, that ideology leads to policies, and that policies leads to actions. This slogan or this quote perfectly matches with the presencing word concept. What he is telling, slowly ideas leads to ideology, ideology leads to policies, and policy leads to action. There is a past, there is a present, and there is a future emerging. That is why this quote is perfectly matches with the concept presencing, how a institute or how a country should be grown up in the future. That is what defined by here. Now, a famous scientist, Albert Einstein, his quote is, the whole science is nothing more than refinement of everyday thinking. Refinement, which defines the concept presencing. Refinements means upgrading of a teacher or updating of a faculty. Day by day upgradation is very much essential for a effective delivery to the class. That is what his intention. And why this concept presencing is matters. It helps to come up with good leaders, good teams, and good organizations, followed by break free from outdated thinking and innovate more effectively, which is really helpful for the global challenges, and align actions with deeper purpose. There should be a societal application, real-time application, and foster collective intelligence and systemic change that should be ultimately connected to the world with real-time or global challenges. Now there is another example which we can exactly define this presencing concept. As presencing defined as a being present, sensing, experiencing, extrapolating. When Tata Nano introduced by Tata group of companies, though the price is less, it couldn't grab the attention of customers because of some demerits, like it's not so aesthetic look wise and it's mileage wise. Then Tata come up through this concept presencing. They experience what is the present situation, what is the past situation, what is the present situation, and how the company should emerge. So they have experienced, they have sensed, and they extrapolated through these different variants. Tata Nexon, Tata Altroz, Tata Punch, Tata Tiago, so many variants they come up. They come up with so many variants, and now Tata is one of the leading car manufacturing and stakeholders containing company in the India. That's happened through the concept presencing. What happened? They have sensed past में what was the situation of our company, present how it is, and what could be its future, how it will be. Based on the customer's perspective, they have come up with this kind of technologies. And presencing is applied in leadership, innovation, and organizational change. For example, a CEO facing disruptive industry changes, he or she can use the concept presencing. Pause habitual reactions, means stop whatever the traditional or contemporary approaches to come up something innovative. Some drastic changes should be welcomed. Engage in deep listening. Yes, as a CEO, he or she should listen stakeholders or fellow colleagues and discuss among them, and then make some policies which are helpful for a organization. Access inner clarity. Do some exercise kind of things, to meditation kind of thing. First get, as a CEO, first get the clarity. If I initiate something, what could be the advantages? What could be the disadvantages? You should analyze. A head of the institute or as a CEO of a company, he or she should analyze. Then discuss among the colleagues or discuss among the management about these policies, new policies, and come up something innovative. That is something emerging. And that concept can be fulfilled through the concept presencing. Now here we see a lady is taking water from a solar panel, a kind of a machine. Basically IIT Madras and a Tirtha company jointly developed this kind of device. Since in the deserts there is a scarcity of water, they have developed this device. What it exactly does, it captures moisture from the atmosphere and converts that moisture into the pure water. And 5 to 10 liters of pure water that machine gives. So this is something innovative. How the presencing concept applied here? Because the scarcity in the desert, so they come up with something emerging technology which is helpful for the people. So another example we can see here. Netherlands is creating floating farms to combat rising sea levels and provide sustainable food for the future. What they have done? They have developed a floating farm which can be useful for animals and human beings to avoid the scarcity of land, scarcity of water. That is something innovative. They are sensing the future. What could be the future? What could be the difficulty? And all these come from the concept presencing. And this presencing concept can be fulfilled through the open mind, open heart, and open will. So as a CEO or as a head of the organization, he or she should be open-minded, open heart, and willing to discuss with fellow colleagues or management. Then only it can emerge for the concept presencing to come up with something innovative to address the global challenges. So thank you very much.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe VNR Digital Learning Resource YouTube channel.